Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 21st, 2020. I'm going to do a little bit of a walk through here. We're going to be doing some harvesting today for market tomorrow. It's a foggy day and there's a hint of a rainbow off to the west-southwest. I think it's going to be a beautiful day here. Grass is very damp, a lot of dew. You can see the little bee that a customer made for me. Thank you, Della. Starting here in the northwest corner there's, I don't know what that is, that's a weed, but there's some strawberries growing on there. And my loofahs is the next row in. There's a bunch there. My slicer cucumbers are starting to climb the vine. There's a bunch of pickling cucumbers, a whole lot more than we've had the last couple of years. So I'm confident we'll have some for market shortly. First row here is husk cherries. As you can see, the tomatoes that were all looking pretty sad are coming back, but we'll just see if they'll be here in time for some kind of a tomato harvest. This section here is relatively clean weed-wise. We get into the peas, it's not quite so much. That is the most recent seeding, and then the other 5. There's 2 seedings here that I'll be picking through today. I'm not sure if you can see, it's a different variety. This is Strike. The pods are not as long as the ones I've had previous years, but I guess we'll take it. Celery patch. There's a few there. There'll be enough for some for market, not what I had hoped. The peppers. There's a few of them, and the sweet bell peppers, looks like quite a few are coming through. Here is an abandoned plot. This will have to be covered in plastic next year. It's going to be too weedy. I started stepping down my onions here. There's some of these that are good enough for harvesting. And down here we have the garlic. There's still some garlic scapes. Some of the tops are starting to brown. I believe they're supposed to be about half or a little better dried up before we can start harvesting them. Not having grown garlic before, I really don't want to put a timeline on that. I'm going to take a walk through my peppers here, walking right between the orange and the yellow peppers. And the corn has, there's a few that are looking like they're thinking of doing something here, starting to head, but they did not get very tall this year. And this here, as you can see, is overgrown with thistle. It'll probably need to be covered in the plastic next year for weed control. And taking a walk here in the southwest corner. Purple beans, there is a few in here. Let's see if we can find some now. I don't know, can we see that one there? There's one. So I'm going to go through that and grab some. The yellow ones, they were a little slower. That's this row here and the first half here. And the green ones, there is some green beans on there. Again, that's 5 seedings, going down to the most recent one. Here, I weeded this. I don't know if I needed to bother. The melon patch, there's a few cantaloupe, honeydew, and 1 or 2 watermelon is all that survived here. And my head lettuce, romaine, Swiss chard, red cabbages. These green cabbages are doing as good as any of them. Caraflex, that's those cone-shaped. A few flatheads are coming up or doing okay. Broccoli, cauliflower at the end here. And once we get done harvesting today, I'm going to go back into trying to weed out my pumpkin and squash patch here. They're starting to vine quite a bit, so it's going to have to get done here in the next few days. And sure, there's not a lot that came up in the plastic there. I dug through the weeds there, so what's growing there should be desired plants. And I started weeding through the zucchini here last night. That's as far as I got before my day was at an end. These are red Pontiacs. They're still blooming. They'll still get water here. Somehow I wound up with a few russet potatoes here in my Yukon Gold patch. You can see the distinctive white flowers or blossoms. So that'll have to get sorted as we're digging. They're later maturing. We'll be digging a few of these here later this morning. Taking a little stroll through here. And my overgrown dill patch. Oh, that's nice with the dew on them. I don't know how well that is showing up there. And here is radish. Again, they're overgrown. Kohlrabi patch. I'll take a walk through here and go up to the aisle there. There's some that are relatively close to marketing size here. Let's see if I can concentrate on that. I'm not going to bring just one or two. We'll hang tough till there's enough for a bit of a display. Carrots, again, they're starting to get overgrown a little bit too. Possibly give them another weeding here. And they're the thickest ones are not quite as thick as pinky finger. Orange beets, I'm going to go through here. There might be a few that are harvestable today. Candy cane beets, I had a few bunches for market last week. Cylinder beets, they're doing the best here for me this year. And down here we have the red beets, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's, I'll pick through it. There should be a few bunches there. And the russet patch. Went a little lighter on russets. We had too many last year, and the last two rows here are the purples for my bride. And I don't know if you can see them here. There's a few peanuts growing in this row right here. And we're down to the yellow corn. The first patch over there was the bicolor, and it's really finicky. This side here on the east side of the patch is only about half as tall as the stuff if you pan over to the west side of this patch. And the first two rows here are absolutely pathetic. There you go, folks. That's where we are right now.